Good Thursday evening. Welcome into the pregame show here on KNCT FM, your home for KISD football. For 43 years, we've been bringing you Ellison High School football here on KNCT FM. It's homecoming tonight, and so happy homecoming to all those Ellison grads that have come back to watch these Ellison Eagles, the 2021 version, and they look pretty good, guys. We haven't seen them yet. They're coming along each and every week. Got a new head coach, Danny Servance, with us in his first year here. And Danny, things are going along pretty good. You started off a little bumpy and things picked up. And the team, every time I watch them, seems to look better and better each and every time I watch your Eagles play. And in fact, you went over to Copper's Cove and a team that beat Killeen just a week or so ago and just ran them out of their own stadium.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're, I think, trying to hit our stride at the right time. Our kids are playing extremely hard right now defensively. We're doing what we expected to do. You know, we knew our defense would be the anchor of our football team. They did a great job this past week. Held Copper's Cove under 200 yards of total offense and just totally dominated the game. And that's what we want to do week in and week out.
Well, not only the offense and well, your defense is just your defensive front is one of the best in the district, and you've got some good DBs back there. You got a good defense.
You know, we've created 17 turnovers this year.
Unbelievable.
And you know, we've really done a good job of getting the ball out of their hands and giving our offense another opportunity to score. And they've been really efficient in these recent weeks. And we just want to keep getting better each week that we go out.
Yeah, you never want to see the safety be your leading tackler. Your leading tacklers along that defensive line, a couple guys there, and your linebackers. So they're doing the job, stopping that run, and most time the pass, too.
And you know, they really are. Matthew Moore, our inside linebacker, is leading us. I think he's got 84 tackles right now. And, you know, we look for him to go over 100 tackles for the year. And, you know, that's unbelievable. Because, like you said, with all the big-name guys up front, like Devontae Tizino and Brendan Bett, you know, we expect for those guys to do a great job. But I played the linebacker position, and you're only as good as those guys in front of you. So they do a great job of keeping those linemen off of those linebackers.
Who's the leader on defense that kind of makes the adjustments, goes to the defensive coach on the sidelines and makes that call?
Well, you know, our middle linebacker, Xavier Davis, makes a lot of those calls on the defensive side of the ball. And then our safeties make a lot of calls. Tyrone Osbury makes a lot of calls. Jagger Gibson back there in the secondary and gets us lined up in the correct way.
They talk and get adjusted well, and you're happy with what they're doing?
You know, they're our quarterbacks on defense.
Right.
I say that all the time, that you got to have quarterbacks on defense. You know, Xavier plays middle linebacker, and I played middle linebacker. So he and I have a special bond, and I always tell him, okay, you're the bell cow. He kind of looks at me. I don't know if he understands what that means, but I explained it to him, and so now he understands that I'm saying that you're the leader on defense, and they're going to follow you however you play.
Right. And then we got to talk about that offense. Your quarterback, just a sophomore, doing great things. And every time he gets smarter, I watched him make adjustments. When to throw the ball, when to get rid of it, when to make the run, when to get rid of the ball to somebody else in the backfield. He's just a really smart kid.
You know, he is a smart kid. He's a senior, but he's a really smart kid and does a good job. And, you know, he's getting better. He's a student of the game. And I think that more than anything in his work ethic. You know, he doesn't say a lot, but his actions really is what people and kids look at. And so he's going to work more than he's supposed to and do the extra things. And we always say the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra.
Your running backs have been good too.
Tell you what, you know, we've really been surprised, and those guys have run the ball extremely hard. You know, Dominic Allison has just, come on the scene, just running downhill and showing speed. at the running back position. And then Caleb Sims is hard to tackle. He's a pounder, and so he gets behind his pads and he's hard to bring down, And then you got Kamari McLean, who's a mixture of both, who's got speed and power. And so we'd like to think we got a three-headed monster back there, and we're really enjoying being able to feed all three of them the football.
Well, of course, this is a game you need to win, Belton Tigers. They've had an up and down year. Lost some games they probably should have won, and won some games they probably should have lost. But just a different team. I don't know if it has to do with the split with Lake Belton and them losing some kids, but it doesn't seem quite the Belton Tiger team, but well coached, and they've also got that great receiver over there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to be ready to play in this district. It doesn't matter who lines up in front of you, and Belton is a very formative opponent, and like you said, the receiver, man, he's one of the best in the district, and we've got to do a good job of trying to keep him under wraps, because they do a good job of getting the football to him. Their offensive line is big, and do a good job of getting their quarterback protection. And again, they make plays when the opportunity is there. And so when you play teams like that, you have to limit those opportunities.
And their offensive line, you're talking about the size, about 300 average weight. There's some good barbecue places over in Belton, and I think they've been eating over there quite a bit, because those kids are big. I tell you what, I saw that Bryan offense and thought about the same thing. They're about the same size offensive line, big guys.
They are big guys, and they do a good job running off the football. And once they get their hands on you, it's hard to get off of them. And so, you really have to do a good job defensively getting off the ball yourself if you're going to have a chance against those type of guys. I always say that the games are won in the trenches, both offensively and defensively. And, I think that's one thing that's come along for us is our offensive line. And those kids are working well together, and they're getting better each week. And so, again, those guys have to continue getting better.
Yeah, talked about the whole team more or less. Of course, you got some good kicking game too. It's doing really well for you too, special teams wise.
We have, I think probably out of anything, that's the one probably dark spot. Our punting game wasn't very good this past week, and so we've gone back to the drawing board and really worked hard to bring it up to par with everything else. And so, but the rest of it has been good, and we've come close to breaking a couple of kickoff returns, and want to have a great opportunity to use our kicking game as another tool to score points. And I think that's what good football teams do.
Well, of course, you got to win one tonight. You need this game in the win column to stay in that district race for one of those 4 playoff spots. Belton wants to do the same thing, though. Yeah, it's going to be the battle of Bell County over there.
It really is. I think we both control our own destiny, and that's what you want. You want to control your own destiny. You don't want to go into a situation where you're depending on someone else. And so I'll talk to our kids about windows of opportunity. And we have one tonight, and so we've got to take advantage while it's open.
When you come in as a brand new coach into a situation like you came into, more or less an empty locker room, I'll call it, you've really been able to build a team here and a family. Talk about that and how that's come together with the coaches and the booster club, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody's been terrific, and you could tell that the community is hungry, the kids are hungry. And when you've got people that are willing and they want to do well, you've got a good ingredient. You got good ingredients for success. And so we've had people come to us with open arms, asking what can they do to help the program. And so, when you have that and your kids know that they've got people behind them, I think it does something for your football team when they know that they've got the support of the community and people are in the stands and they're cheering for you. The support has been great, and so it takes all of those things in order to put a winning a winning program on the football field. And, even our teachers and our administration, I mean, it takes everybody. And everybody's gotten on board and everybody is doing their part as far as trying to help our program be successful. And we're so appreciative of all the support and all the hard work that our kids are putting into our program. And like I said, we just have to keep getting better each week.
All right, we'll start it tonight, buddy. Let's keep it rolling along. Give me that pregame talk.
Hey, we got to go out and we want to be 1-0 after tonight. That's what we talk about each week. Everybody talks about keep playing them one game at a time. And so I heard someone else say that. I think it was Colin Murray that said we want to be 1-0 after tonight or after today. And so that's what we want to be, is 1-0 after tonight.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you, and go Eagles, and
go Eagles.